The second piece is I want to explain how this show happened. I was in bed with Morgan maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and we were touching and enjoying, and it was a good time had by all. And then she said, most men really don't know how to touch. Most men don't really know, how to do what you do. And she's like, why don't you teach men how to touch anymore? And so for my history, for those who don't know, I co-founded an organization called One Taste. One Taste taught a practice called orgasmic meditation. And I've taught and seen more undeliberate touch in this lifetime than I think I would like to see. I've seen more, that cringing thing when you notice someone touching another and you're just like, oh my God, that must be awful for the other person. It's awful for me watching. It just must be heinous for them to have that experience. But me, I'm watching, I'm just like, why don't you go a little lighter? Why don't you go a little lighter? You're doing great. Now, okay, go, at some point I just want to slap them. And I want to just like, stop touching so hard. Just slow the fuck down. What are you doing? Back to current time. And she's like, why don't you teach men to touch anymore? You should teach what the skill set you have because men need this. And the first thing that came out of my mouth was, I was a little dramatic. Do you understand a man's ego and how challenging it is to teach a man to touch? Do you get the depth of challenge that is for me to do? So that was the first thing I said. And she said, laughed and said, okay, and number two. And now I'm like on my soapbox. I'm like, naked on top of a box. Number two. The second thing is that women refuse to tell men the truth when they're touching inappropriately. And so it's women like you. No, I didn't really say that, but I thought that. I was just like, it's things like this that have caused this indeliberate touch in men. That's the second thing. And then when the woman doesn't tell the man the truth, the third thing is the man thinks, I got this handled. She's not saying a thing. Like when it should just be soft and tender. And the man's ego gets reinforced by the woman not telling the truth. And then what happens is the woman just gets less and less interested in telling the men's truth. And then we have a society of undeliberate touch happening in this world.